All right, here's an update on modified training. So, as you can see, one, I'm still going to train the right side of my body. I talked about this in one of the last videos, but yeah, pumpkin training, Hellboy training, we're going to still train that right side for as long as we can and as often as we can. And I think, some of that is there's science, but that, still training the one side, you get a good effect on both sides. The body retains strength. I looked it up. I did some research on this. My coach brought that up to me right away. A lot of it is just neural drive. Like the muscle's still going to atrophy from not being used, but you still retain neural drive. And what that's going to do is when I am able to start training the left arm again, it's going to be a faster road back to strength. The other side of it is just, mental and fitness. So mental because like if I only did lower body, I'm only really going to be able to do that 2 to 3 times a week the way I train. Even injured, like modified training, it's still going to get intense enough and I don't recover that fast. Plus, some of my recovery tools are going to be brought way, 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 way down. The PEDs, the things that I've used to get as strong as I am is going to go down to normal human levels. I'm going to go to actual like TRT, 125 milligrams of test per month, which I haven't done in a long time because I've been pushing to try to get stronger. So it's going to make a big difference. But yeah, this gets me in the gym. It gets me moving. We'll see how it looks, post surgery. Surgery is scheduled for the 23rd of this month, which, not ideal timing. I've got lifters and a meet on the 25th. So, my hope after this injury happened was because I had a meet scheduled the 25th. My hope was like, oh, cool. Well, at least, now I can go be there for them. That's an upside. But yeah, 2 days after surgery, I have no idea how I'm going to feel. We'll see. But yeah, so the other thing I was going to say is, I had a cruise scheduled with my wife. We were going to go on vacation, which I'm so bad about doing. I really don't take time off. I never went on vacations as a kid. I didn't have that kind of childhood. So I'd never been on a cruise boat, and that was something I wanted to do. So me and my wife scheduled that. We were going to go to the Dominican Republic, and I won't be able to be on a boat now or vacationing, a week after surgery. I'll be post-op, and so she's going to go without me. So if you would like to go on a cruise with my wife, please comment, your application down below, and we'll take consideration. So I did a bunch of one-arm stuff as much as I could. I'll be honest with you, it was extremely boring. It was not exciting. It was not motivating, but I got it done. And it's still good to be in the gym. The other side of it is if I'm in the gym, I'm able to actively coach people. I have a lot of current clients. I'm at 18 right now. And they all, for the most part, go to this gym, or at least a lot of them used to and now have moved. But yeah, I mean, for me, just being in there is still a positive force. So that's good. But then on this day, I was able to do SSB squats, and it's just completely different. This is awesome. I was able to push. We did 350 pounds. It is no belt, no knee sleeves, which is actually really cool for me. I like doing beginning of blocks without any gear. And specifically with SSB, it really hits the core really nicely. I don't need my knee sleeves to not be in pain. My knees are actually very functional. There's not a lot of pain in them. There used to be. And I kind of trained around it enough that I don't really get knee pain anymore. So I actually really enjoy this. So I did 3 sets of 6 at 350 pounds pause. And then I did an AMRAP set where it said 15 to 20. I only got 15 because my cardio is horrible. I actually went in today on my off day and just did some walking on the treadmill because I need to get my cardio up. I also want to lose as much weight as I can pre-surgery, which isn't that far from now. But if I can get the weight down a little bit before I'm stagnant, I think that's another healthy option. So this is that set of 15. Yeah, I mean, right when I injured myself, I knew that I could do SSBs. I texted my coach and I was like, Pete, let's go after the 500 for 20 squat again. Because that's something that I've wanted to do for a while is 500 pounds for 20 reps on squat. I think when that happens, it'll probably be knee sleeves and a belt maybe. But yeah, I mean, this is basically training for that. And Pete has been a fan of that for a while. If you actually go to his videos, Pete Rubish, he was doing like beltless 405, 425, 450, something like that for like 25 reps. So he's definitely somebody who's loved to push the high rep training. I never did before him. And to be honest with you, I have seen that it somehow did transfer over into strength and maybe muscle mass overall. But like the biggest reason I really enjoy that when I started training with him is because it's such a mental challenge, especially as a dude who weighs, between 330 and 350. Doing a set of 20 on squats is super challenging. And then also I think it looks cool. Like when I can do sets of 20 with heavy enough weight that people are shocked, It's a cool flex. So that's awesome. And then this is actually really great. I've always really sucked at split squats, and Pete has really wanted me to push these and get better at them. And so, yeah, actually on the program, it said to grab a 25 or 30 pound dumbbell. I can only hold it with my right hand, obviously, but I actually grabbed a 50. And I did one set of 10 each leg and then 3 more sets of 8 each leg. So a good amount of volume on both legs on split squat. And it felt really good. I think if this is something that I can push, this will be really beneficial because, then post-surgery, when I can use both hands, everything, the goal will be that we can grab some like super heavy dumbbells and push that split squat, which would be awesome. I know it would make Pete happy, and I think it could have a huge carryover when I can deadlift again. And obviously, if all I'm going to be able to push is squat and bench in the first couple months afterwards, then that's what we're going to push super hard. Yeah, there's my Thanos forearm for you guys' viewing pleasure. So, yep, that's where I'm at.